How is it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, as you can see, I'm getting ready to do the wheel bearing on the front of my Astra, as you can see from the title as well. Basically, luckily on these, the front wheel bearings aren't pressed in, they're bolted in. It's like a complete hub assembly. So it's not just a bearing you buy, you get obviously the whole hub assembly as well, which makes it easier to change if you want to do it at home. But yeah, so I thought, you know, video it today, I've never done one of these before. I've looked online, so it's going to be a first for me as well. I've never done one on the front of a car where you had to unbolt it off. I've done one where you had to press it off and with blow torches and a big hammer and stuff like that. Trying to improvise, obviously not having to press. But you know, hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully, but we'll see as we get on, innit? Like I said, I've noticed, I'm sure it's the driver's side wheel bearings. I get more of a hum when I turn left, so it's obviously putting more pressure on the right hand side of the car. So I'm assuming it's the wheel bearing. I can't think of anything else it could be. It's just like a noise when I'm turning left. So I'm hoping it's the wheel bearing. If it's not, then I don't know. But also shout out to the guy in the red Audi TT yesterday who beeped his horn and said, "I'll keep up the good work on the channel." So respect to you, mate. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, so I'm going to get the car in the air now and I'll make a start. Right, and as you can see, the car's up in the air, obviously on a jack and on axle stand. Basically, first thing you want to do is crack this nut here. It is a 32mm. Obviously, if you've got a friend with you, he can press the brake for you and obviously stop basically stop it from turning while you crack this nut. I don't have anyone with me, so I'm just going to be basically using a screwdriver through here, just through the holes of the disc, just trying to stop it from turning, and hopefully I can crack it that way. If not, I'll have to give someone a call to give me a hand, just press the brake for me to crack it. Hopefully that won't be necessary, because I'm assuming this has all be cracked off when I have my clutch done, so it shouldn't be like tighter than tight, but we'll find out, eh? Right then, this nut is stuck. Like, as you can see, my bar's quite long, so I can get quite a bit of force on it, but I just cannot crack it for the life of me. I've looked around for like a bar in the shed or something, but it's really hot today as well. It's during that weekend where it's really hot. I don't know. Literally the first one I go to undo, it's stuck. Anything I can think of is that he's really ugly-duggered up the nut when he's done my clutch. That's anything I can think of. I'm gonna try again, keep trying, and if I can't get undone, then it's gonna have to wait till another day until I get sort of a pole sort of on there to get more leverage on it. But I'll give it another go. If not, then this video might be a bit of a wait. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Oh. Right then, I got it off. Oh my god. That killed me, that dude. But I got it off. I didn't want to give up. Right, next thing I need to do is I need to take the caliper off and move that out of the way, and then be able to remove the disc. I've also, it's just worth having, if you've got like a bit of bungee cord or something, when you take the caliper off, you can sort of hang it up out the way. So obviously you don't put any like excess stress on here. Oh yeah, right, let's get the caliper off then, which has got 2 bolts on the back. Ideally I'd like to take it off as one, rather than messing around splitting it, but if I have to, I will. But hopefully not, but we'll see, eh? Right then, I've took the caliper off. It's held on with these 2 18mm nuts, or 18mm bolts even on the back, so you'll need an 18mm socket. They're a bit stiff for some reason, but it did come out eventually, and obviously I just bungeed it up there, so it's just not putting slack on the brake line. So next I need to get off this little, it looks like a little Allen key head thing. I'm hoping it'll come off. I've already sprayed it before I started, so I'm kind of hoping it's not going to be stuck, because I know what these little buggers can be like sometimes. But hopefully once I get that off and get the disc off, and then we'll try and make a start of getting some movement. Maybe I'll unbolt the trap rod end off the hub, so it gives me a bit of slack to pull the drive shaft out of the way. But we shall see. Right then, guys. I've got myself into a little bit of a mess here. Right, as you can see, what I had to do is I've took the hub out of the strut, so it gave me enough room to push the drive shaft out of the hub. I know, guys, before you kill me in the comments, this is a completely wrong way of doing it, so don't follow my advice, don't do what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do, I've tried getting the steering control arm out, it's stuck in, and I haven't got, you need to have a special separator to get that out. I've tried hitting the nut, obviously keeping the nut on the end and hitting that, but it's just not budging for the life of me, so I had to sort of improvise here a little bit. Like I said, it's completely the wrong way to do it. So there's not much stress on here, so you don't got to worry about the steering control arm or anything. That's why I've got the axle stand now, to stop it from dropping too much. And obviously this has pulled out the drive shaft enough now to gain access to these 3 nuts that hold the wheel bearing on. So yeah, it's a bit more of a job than I thought it'd be. And like I said, don't copy me. I'm doing it all wrong. I know I am. But if it works, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just it's the best I can do with the tools I've got. So yeah, but hopefully this will cure the issue. That's the main thing really. So I'm going to get it off now and try and compare the two. Right then, the old one's off. This is it. I can't spin it because what I had to do, it was stuck on the actually stuck on there. I couldn't hammer it off, so what I just used one of the bolts that came off it. So you get supplied with new ones anyway. Put the bolt. Shout out to John Petrol VXR for this advice. Put like one of the bolts through the hub and turn it into sort of like behind it into the actual hub itself, and basically that makes it forces it out. And this didn't come off. This just fell apart. Like the bearing came off, and then this was stuck in. I just had to hammer that out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give all this here a wire brush, so it gives a nice proper surface to sit in. Then I'm going to be a case of bolting it. As you can see, what I ended up doing is taking the drive shaft out, bolting it back up to the strut itself, so I could get a good turn on the nuts, which are I don't know where the socket is now. To tell you the size. Oh, here it is. The size is E18. Always windy when I do videos. Have you ever noticed that? Every time I want to do a video, it's really windy, so you guys can hardly hear me. But yeah, like I said, this probably isn't the greatest way to do it, so don't follow my advice really. If you want to, you can. If you're stuck, if you ain't got the tools and stuff like that. But yeah, but the bearing didn't seem too bad. There was a little bit of play in it, but nothing like really worried about. So I've got a feeling this isn't my issue. Oh well, at least I'll get a new one on it now. As you can see, I've given it all a bit of a wire brush. Let's do the faces as well. So it's got a clean face to bolt back to. Also, make sure you put this shield back on. It's not the best, but it's obviously there for a reason, isn't it? But yeah, so that's as best as I'm going to get it, really. Yeah, so that's ready to go, ready for the new one. Actually, it comes with, make sure, I forgot to say before you take the bearing off, make sure you unplug the ABS sensor, because obviously the new one comes with one anyway. And obviously it comes with new bolts and a new hub nut, which is about somewhere. I'll put it down somewhere, but yeah, it definitely comes with a new hub nut as well. But yeah, so I'm going to start bolting this all back up now and then see how well it goes together. I'm pretty convinced it's not going to solve my noise really, but it is what it is, isn't it? So just got to do what I can and when I can, really. Like I said, it's not the best. Like, you know, I know you guys are screaming at me. I should have done this, I should have done that. And this is my first time doing it. I'm just basically doing it how I feel I could do it, to make sure it gets done and unbolt stuff to make my life easier. So I'm not a mechanic. I'm far from it. I'll just learn as I go. Obviously, if I had to do it again, if I do the other side, I'll be doing it very differently. I'll buy a big hammer for starters to smash out that control arm. But yeah, right, I'm going to bolt it all back up now and get back to you. Right, for God's sake, that's all I can say. Right, I've gone to put the new bearing kit on, and I thought, oh, I've gone to put the bolts in, and they go tight, like, pretty quick. Like, back there, they're tight. I thought, bloody hell, they shouldn't be this tight. I thought I was cross-threaded them at first. So I've compared them to the old, an old one. If you guys can really see that. The thread difference. They're completely different. Well, of course, I've messed a couple up, taking the old bearing off, thinking, oh, I've got brand new bolts. It doesn't matter. Bugger. Right, that's me screwed. Right, I don't know what to do now then, guys. I think the car's gonna be off the road for a bit, I think, until I can get another bearing kit get sorted. Luckily, it's James who sorted me out, so it's not like I've got to wait to order one. Hopefully, he can sort me out. Oh man, gutted. Oh well, to be continued. I shall update the video when I know a bit more what's going on, or it'll be another day. Right then, it's still the same day. James has just come down. He says he might have some bolts spare in his from when he done a car. I think he was done his Sophia not long ago. He might have a couple spare, so fingers crossed, and get the car back on the road. Guys, what always happened to me when I buy new parts? It just goes wrong. Oh, right then, I'll let you know as soon as he gets back and lets me know.
3 days later.
Right then, it's a new day. Unfortunately that day, James didn't have another bolt for the old bearing kit, so obviously we sent it back to his place. It turns out, from what it looks, it had Vectra bolts in it instead of Astra bolts. So whoever packaged the bearing kit had put Vectra bolts in it instead of Astra bolts. So that's obviously why it didn't fit. So now I've got a new kit again. Obviously you can see they go in lovely by hand. So that's perfect. Obviously new bearing kit, because obviously when we were trying to make the them bigger bolts fit, they were just having none of it. But yeah, so I can crack on now, getting it done. I feel a bit more positive, as you could probably tell from my clip before. I was a bit drowned and downhearted. It's really hot today, but I just want to get it done and get the car back on the road. So let's make a start and put it all back together. Right then, as you can see, the new bearings on, or the new hubs on. What I found, ended up doing, I was put a little bit of copper grease just around the inside where it goes into the hub itself, just to make, like, even though I wire brushed it loads, it was still a bit stiff going in, so I used a bit of copper grease, just it helped easy go in a bit. And what I've done, I put the 3 bolts in, done each one up a little bit at a time until the gap was closing evenly all the way around, and then I went round with a torque wrench, which in this tight space isn't the easiest, but what you need to do is tighten them up to 90 Newton meters. So that's what you basically need to do for that. Oh, and it's, hang on, bear with, I did some degree stuff as well. Hang on, bear with. That's it, plus 30 degrees, then plus 15 degrees. So 90 Newton meters plus 30 degrees, then 15 degrees, which is what I did. Like I said, getting a torque wrench in there isn't the easiest, but if you can do it, if you've got one small enough, it's not too bad. But yeah, it all seems ready to go now, so it's a case of reattaching everything and clearing up the mess I've made. But yeah, right, I'm going to just try and get the drive shaft back in, then obviously put the disc and everything else back on. Then obviously once all the brakes are together, I'll be able to do the hub nut, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And obviously I need to plug in the ABS sensor as well. But yeah, I'm getting there, guys. I've also got a battery to go, and I've finally got one. I don't remember from when I had my car mapped, I need a new battery, and I think I've mentioned it before, so I've finally got a new battery now, so I need to put that on as well. Because I've had to leave my car unlocked under here, because simply for the fact I didn't want my battery to die, and I don't have a spare little plastic key in my fob, so if my battery would have gone dead, I'd have been buggered. But yeah, I'm in a better mood today, so it's going back together okay, so let's crack on. Right, and as you can see, it's all back together, the brakes are on, obviously the disc is on. I've just put the screwdriver in there, stop the disc from turning. Yes, it's a bit of a bodge, cable way of doing it, but I don't have anyone here to help me push the brake. Obviously I've got my torque wrench ready to go. The centre hub, it needs to be 150 Newton meters. You undo it 45 degree, then tighten to 250 Newton meters, apparently. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that now, then I'll get back to you. Right then, we're back assembled on now. I've just done that up. Problem was my torque wrench only goes up to 210 Newton meters. So what I've done is obviously done up to 210, and got my bar on it, and just went a little bit more. And obviously not too much, just a bit more of a turn, just to make sure it's 100% tight. So yeah, that's drama. Right, I'm going to put everything back together. It comes with a new obviously dust cover to put on, so that's shiny. But yeah, I'm going to get it on put it all back together, get it on the deck. I'll get the battery on, and hopefully we can take it for a road test, and hopefully this will solve my problem. Like I said, I'm not too convinced it has, because obviously we're removing definitely old bearing. Oh, there it is. If you take the old bearing. I can't really get it stop it from turning, but basically it's still pretty. I can't really hold it and hold you, but I was holding. I mean, it has got some free play, but not as bad as I've seen bearings be. I don't know. I'm sweating, guys. It's all right then. New battery's in. Car's on the deck. Looks like a car again. After I think it's been like 2-3 days. It's been up in the air. I just lost sort of interest after I had that problem. But yeah, new battery's in. The car seems to crank over a lot faster. Obviously, I wouldn't say in the old box. But yeah, so it's just a case of test driving and see how it goes. I'll definitely be doing that today. I'm sweating. But yeah, I wasn't going to post this video. I'm not too sure, but I think I will, because you know I've made a mess up. You know, it proves I'm only human. I didn't do anything right, and you know bad things happen. They seem to happen a lot to me. But thanks for watching, guys. As always, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one.